According to a report in the New York Times this week, wealthy business owners in the state of Georgia, who also happen to be major Republican donors, are now threatening to withhold any financial support from the two Republican incumbent senators in Georgia facing runoffs in January. And the reason they're threatening to withhold their money? Well, because according to the report, they're mad that the rest of the Republican Party is not demanding that Donald Trump concede that he lost the 2020 election and that he's not allowing the Biden transition to take place. I have major issues with this report. Now, I have no doubt that the report is accurate. I am sure that these wealthy Georgia Republican donors are saying this because they actually put out a statement. So we know that this part is true. What bothers me is the fact that the New York Times didn't bother to call BS on this. Now, I get to that in a minute, but first and foremost, again, just to rehash in case you're new to this, Georgia has the runoff elections because in the elections earlier this month, nobody hit the 50% mark. So there are runoffs. The two Republicans, David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, facing very stiff Democratic challenges. The state went blue for Biden. It's likely one of these people could lose. If both of them lose, the Senate makeup would be 50-50 Democrat-Republican. Kamala Harris, as vice president, becomes the tiebreaker. Democrats, therefore, would have the majority. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now you're all caught up. So we have these runoffs. Trump is pissing off Republican officials in Georgia. He's pissing off regular Republicans in Georgia. We know that. And now apparently he has angered the donors who are saying, if you don't knock this off, and if you, other Republicans, don't get him to knock this off, we're sitting out this one. We already know, because reports have come in saying there's going to be a ton of out-of-state money coming in to defeat these two Republicans. And these wealthy Georgia donors say, and if you don't do what we tell you to do, good luck getting our money. And that's the part the New York Times should have said, you're lying. You're lying through your teeth. This is an empty threat from these empty suits. Because you're not going to do anything that's going to put your precious little tax cuts in jeopardy. You're not going to do anything that puts your entire history of supporting deregulation in jeopardy. Oh, sure. Joe Biden's not going to be the big bad regulator that most people think he is, but he is going to put some regulations back in place. And that's going to be a little bit of a bother for corporations. They don't want to have to spend a couple dollars to make sure you don't die either working for them or from using their products. They don't want to spend the money, so you're the one who pays the ultimate price. They're not going to withhold their money. You know why? Because they know the same thing that you and I do, and that is the Republican Party is made up of slow learners. They don't exactly catch on very easily. I mean, if they did, they would look at their 2012 autopsy report and realize that by going too extreme, they lost big time. Remember that little thing when it came out back in 2012, 8 years ago? They lost, Mitt Romney lost, and they all realized it's because they went a little too extreme, a little too negative. So what'd they do 4 years later? They gave us Donald Trump. And then during that time, we also got Matt Gaetz, we got an even crazier Ted Cruz, we got an even more insane Rand Paul. Yeah, they didn't learn anything because they don't ever think they have to. And these wealthy donors, they're not going to sit out. Just like Charles Koch, who says, oh, I'm so sorry, I've been too partisan my whole life, I shouldn't have done that, while he's also funneling millions to the Georgia races. Folks, these Republicans are lying. They're playing a game of chess that everybody sees what their next move is going to be, and they're not fooling anyone. No matter what Trump does or doesn't do in the next couple weeks, these Republican business owners are not going to sit this one out. They enjoy making money too much to let a little thing like protecting our country get in the way of that.